Welcome to jQuery video series, and this is part 83, and today we are going to look at the text function, which is pretty simple. Okay, so before I jump into the code, I'm assuming that you might be having a jQuery file with you and you have already added the reference of that into your head section, and you have some JavaScript code, so we can write some jQuery instructions, right? So before I jump into the code, let's have a look at the markup. Okay, so I have one h2 element, pretty simple. I have one p tag with class alone, okay, and I have one div tag who has two elements and the ID is okay. And the class alone means I've written some basic CSS, which actually I don't think I need it, but I'm going to keep this one alone only. So what's going to happen is when I'm going to run this thing, it is going to apply a border of, the black and the 5 pixel. So let's preview in browser. So you can see this is my p tag, and again there are two paragraph tags, but this one has a class alone. Okay, so let's say I want to use the text element. So what is the purpose of using a text element? Text element can be used for two purposes. One, it helps you to get the element value inside any element. So if I'm targeting a div tag, all right, so it will fetch me the text within these elements. So that's text. So let's apply that. So first of all, what I'm doing over here is I'm saying, hey jQuery, I want you to find the OK element, which is jQuery is going to come here and jQuery is going to find this element, and I want you to find all the text within that. And whatever you find, you store it in result and you simply alert me. jQuery will say okay, and now let's preview in browser. So this is pretty simple, right? It is giving me paragraph 1 and 2, which is exactly what I have as a text within this. So now you got the idea that you can find a text out of any element just using the text method and using an appropriate selector. So let's close that. Now the one more benefit of using the text is you're not only restricted to get the value of an element, you can also set a value of an element as well. So if I do like this, so if I say, hey jQuery, find this element, so jQuery is going to go and jQuery is going to grab this element, and we are saying that the text of this element would be this. Now please remember, this is a text, so anything will go inside as a text, even if you put the element as a p tag. All right, any HTML you write, again it will be rendered as the text itself. So if I run this thing again, oh I'm sorry, I need to refresh only. So you can see, it's a text. Ideally, if it was an HTML function, then this would have been rendered into the text. And if I look at the Firebug, so you can see, this whole thing, the text inside of it is treating this whole thing as a text. Okay, so this is pretty cool. And next, if I do something like this, basically I'm setting a simple text there, and let me do the refresh. So nothing changes. Basically I'm getting my text. So all I can do is I can get a text out and I can set a text, right? So not the HTML, right? So that's the text function, and which is pretty easy. All right, so we are done with that. Up next we are going to look at the HTML function. Again, it's pretty simple, so I hope to see you there. So thank you for listening to me, and thank you for your time on this.